Okay, so it's KJM. It's part 2 for this review. If you didn't see part 1, you need to go to part 1 because part 1 is the foundation for part 2. And it's super important. I'm not a Jane Austen fan. I don't hate her, but I'm not a fan. And so I'm really worried that in Black History Month and Love Month, I'm going to be stuck. And yeah, I'm mentioning Black History because I'm Black and I'm doing these Hallmark reviews, okay? If you didn't know, I'm Black and I'm extra Black in Black History Month. But that's not even the point. I wish Hallmark would have gone a different route where each Saturday a new movie premieres for a different romantic writer and given us some freshness instead of going in a place where they've gone before and executed better so far. Remember Unleashing Mr. Darcy. I am not even a huge fan of the female lead in that movie, and I like that movie. I love Christmas at Pemberley Manor. I was late to watching it, but the minute I watched it, I fell in love with it, and I was like, okay, Jessica Loudez, this is my second favorite movie by you, because you guys know I love A December Bride. That's like my #1 movie by her, okay? So, all right, let's get into it. So when Eloise arrives in Princeton for this conference or whatever, her sister lives in the area and her sister, is telling her that her boyfriend's about to propose because, he's talking to the family, whatever he's about to propose. So Eloise arrives to her hotel after Mr. Darcy picks her up, and then there comes Mia, her baby sister, hysterically upset. We find out that Mia's fiance did propose, even though it looked like they broke up. He did propose, but he did not make it a romantic proposal. Okay, I saw some of you haters write in the comments that you didn't like Mia's character. And yeah, there were a little points where she's annoying. But if you have a little sister, then you understand that little sisters have their moments where they can be annoying, right? But some of you were saying that the fact that her proposal wasn't romantic and that upset her and that's why she didn't accept it. And that you've been with your pawpaw for 55 years and he wasn't romantic either. What you accept and what your standards is different. Everybody else that's going on their life journey can want things, okay? This whole world gives into the patriarchy. It's a man's world, but ain't nothing without a woman, okay? So Mia wants a romantic proposal, and I'm sorry, don't be asking me to marry you in my damn kitchen. I have some friends who didn't get romantic proposals, and I'm not trying to say much, but a lot of those marriages, it did foreshadow that, they were going to divorce and move on to another relationship and remarry where they did get the romance that they wanted. I am the type of girl, I didn't know romance was really that important to me until I fell in love with somebody who is unromantic. Now, in 2024, I am claiming being a lover girl because I do want the romance. Like, before I didn't care, but I didn't care because I had guys who naturally did that shit. Like, I woke up and there's roses at the end of the bed. I had guys that if I had to go to the bathroom, they'd wipe my tail for me because that's how much they liked me. And then when you get somebody who's unbothered, who's emotionally unavailable, and who just thinks that you should know that they love you, it's not fun, ladies and gentlemen. But the whole point is, what you do in your marriage and in your journey into your marriage is good for you. What's good for someone else, let's not criticize it. Mia wants romance, and she should get it from the damn tax accountant. Yes, she could. It's a big decision to ask someone to marry you. It should not be taken lightly, and every step about it should say love. It should say we're in this forever. It should at least say you're important enough to me for me to propose in a manner that I know you will accept. Okay? Okay. Take that home. Take that to the bank. So Mia was a little annoying, and then, she spent a couple, days in the bed, and then when she finally got out the bed, it looked like she was flirting with Mr. Darcy, and then Eloise was all jealous. And it's weird because it's her sister. Why not ask her sister that just went through a breakup 48 hours ago, like, hey, I like this new guy. Like, why are we not communicating with Mia? And it turns out Mia was just talking to Mr. Darcy about how much she loved the tax accountant. She wasn't Eloise. She wasn't trying to steal your show. Now, as a super outgoing person, I have had this in some of my friendships and in some of my family ships. I am a super outgoing person when I choose to be outgoing, right? And it's not about stealing the show. It's my natural freaking personality. So I don't know if it ever occurred to anybody that it may be me as natural personality to be outgoing. And Eloise is choosing to be the best friend in her own love story instead of being the leading lady. I think some of the weight has to come on some of the Eloises in this world. Get your confidence up, or at bare minimum, communicate with your sister and make sure your sister is not trying to take your new boo away from you, who, by the way, most of the movie you seemed very disinterested in. And then all of a sudden, when you see Mia talking to him and they're laughing and having a good time, you got a problem with it, Eloise. What's up with that? So, I mean, yeah, Mia's character was a bit annoying. She's a bit over the top. But baby, I came out the womb over the top. And one thing I do is I'm loyal. I'm not going to be flirting with my sister's man. It's like never happened. As a matter of fact, I generally will date whatever guy she's dating. Usually has a hot older brother, and I usually try to like move it on the hot older brother. She's kind of stopped dating guys with hot single older brothers. So that's kind of left my love life a little, you know, I'm gonna really need my baby sister to get back in the game, and you know, so we could just, it's that whole thing, like two hot brothers. It generally doesn't work out with me and any of the older brothers, but it generally doesn't work out with her and any of the younger brothers either. And usually they break up first, and I'm still going strong with like the older brothers for a minute. Shout out to my little sister for, you know, finding, you know, fine guys who got fine single older brothers. Woo! Okay, so once again, I'm giving Paging Mr. Darcy a 7 out of 10. I didn't really like it. I know Megan's loving it. She's watching it now. I watched it at like, maybe like 6:30 this morning. I gave it my full attention. I didn't know why I should care about Eloise. I didn't know why I should care about Sam/Mr. Darcy. I just thought Will Kemp could be used in a better period piece. I just thought that this fell flat, but that's how I feel about Jane Austen in general. But once again, give me credit. There are other Jane Austen themed movies that Hallmark has done that I ended up really liking. So Hallmark, the next time you guys decide to choose a period piece and you're going after a certain author, remember the goal is not just to have the audience of that author love what you're doing, but it should be someone watching it for the first time and experiencing it for the first time. And maybe your movies would make people want to watch Pride and Prejudice or Sense and Sensibility. Maybe your movies would do that. This movie almost drove me to drink, and I'm the type of person that I may have a glass of champagne once every 2 years. Not a drinker, Hallmark. Once again, I love Mallory Jensen. I love Will Kemp. Shout out to Benjamin Aries. Like, he did a little cameo on the golf course, and it was nice seeing him. I love when the Hallmark family does cameos in each other's movies. This just wasn't it for me. I wanted to love it. And it kind of, you know, I kind of just like don't really know how this month is going to pan out. But I am hoping Alison Sweeney delivers in next week's movie. I can't even remember the title. I'm hoping it gets better from here, but I am not feeling very positive about it. And that sucks because it's Love-uary, and I want to love these movies. Like I did the Wedding Veil trilogies. Not everybody loved them, but I personally love them. I wish there would be another set of trilogies that comes out next year or something like that. I don't know if that author wants to think about writing some more books. All right, it's KJM. Paging Mr. Darcy, 7 out of 10. Once again, shout out to my home state of Jersey. Shout out to Princeton University. And shout out to all the women that are going after their career goals and their love life. And yeah, and showing that whatever you want is within your reach. And I think that's what Eloise's character was trying to do. It was just a lot of fumbles before we got to that touchdown. All right, it's KJM. I'm out. Let me know if you watch. Let me know if you're a Jane Austen fan. Let me know. And I know Hallmark's not going to be thrilled with my reviews, but my reviews are not about Hallmark liking me. I'm watching it, and I'm just giving my honest opinions, even if you disagree. All right, it's KJM, and I'm out. You guys be blessed, and I hope your week starts off great.